History is full of surprises, stories so strange, so unexpected, that they sound almost too wild to be true. But as you'll see today, the past is often stranger than fiction. From ancient vending machines to a corpse on trial, these 10 historical facts will make you question everything you thought you knew about the world. So, grab a seat, settle in, and let's dive into another chapter of history's hidden tales, where the past is never quite what it seems. Fact 1. The ancient Egyptian vending machine. Imagine walking into a temple in ancient Egypt. You want to collect holy water, but instead of a priest handing it to you, you drop a coin into a contraption, and out it pours, like magic. Sounds like something from a steampunk fantasy, right? But this was a real invention, created by Heron of Alexandria around the 1st century AD. His coin-operated machine used levers and counterweights to dispense a measured amount of holy water when a coin was inserted. Now we can get snacks, drinks, even electronics from vending machines. But over 2,000 years ago, Heron had already cracked the concept. Who knows how many other modern conveniences have ancient origins just waiting to be rediscovered? Fact 2. Einstein, the almost president of Israel. Albert Einstein wasn't just the father of relativity, he was almost the president of an entire nation. In 1952, after Israel's first president, Chaim Weizmann, passed away, the government needed a respected figure to take his place, their top pick, the world's most famous scientist. Einstein was deeply moved by the offer, but he ultimately declined. In a letter, he admitted he lacked the natural aptitude for politics. Imagine how different history could have been if he had accepted. Would he have revolutionized diplomacy as he did physics? It's one of history's great what-ifs. A glimpse into a world that never was. Fact 3. The pineapple, a symbol of extreme wealth. A pineapple today? A couple of dollars at the store. A pineapple in 18th century England? A symbol of insane wealth, so valuable that people rented them just to display at dinner parties. Because fresh pineapples were nearly impossible to transport across the ocean without spoiling, they became the ultimate status symbol. Guests would admire them, but no one actually ate them, because once consumed, their status vanished. It makes you wonder, what are the modern pineapples we obsess over today? Luxury watches? NFTs? Perhaps in a few centuries, our own status symbols will seem just as ridiculous. Fact 4. The ancient Persian freezer. Keeping food frozen in the desert sounds impossible, unless you're an ancient Persian engineer. Over 2,000 years ago, Persians built yakhchals, massive domed structures made of a special clay that insulated ice and food. These ice houses used evaporative cooling and underground storage to preserve ice throughout the scorching summers. Think about it. Long before electricity, before refrigeration, civilizations were already hacking physics to create solutions that seem like science fiction. If they could figure this out back then, what lost knowledge might we still be missing today? Fact 5. The world's oldest parliament? Iceland. When you think of the oldest democratic institutions, you might think of Athens or the US Constitution. But Iceland's parliament, the Althing, has been around since 930 AD, over 1,000 years. Originally, Viking chieftains met in an open-air assembly at Thingvellir, a dramatic, windswept valley where two tectonic plates meet. Here, they debated laws, settled disputes, and helped shape one of the longest-standing democratic traditions in history. It's a reminder that some of history's most enduring ideas, like democracy, can thrive in the most unexpected places. Fact 6. The Finland-North Korea connection. Here's a weird geography fact. Finland and North Korea are connected by just one country. It's true. If you were to start in Finland and travel east, you'd only need to cross Russia to reach North Korea. That's it. Just one massive country in between. It's one of those little quirks of geography that reminds us how interconnected the world really is, even when we least expect it. Fact 7. Britain's German royal family. Think of the British royal family. Tea, castles, the Queen's English. But here's something you might not know. The modern House of Windsor was originally German, the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. During World War I, anti-German sentiment in Britain was at an all-time high. So in 1917, King George III made a strategic decision. He rebranded the family name to Windsor after their famous castle. A clever PR move, but also a reminder of how royal bloodlines were, and still are, deeply intertwined across Europe. Fact 8. The trial of a dead pope. The year is 897 AD. The dead pope is dug up, dressed in full papal robes and put on trial. Yes, this actually happened. Pope Formosus, who had died months earlier, was exhumed and forced to stand trial in what became known as the Cadaver Synod. His corpse was placed on a throne while another pope accused him of perjury and corruption. The trial ended in conviction. His body was mutilated, and he was thrown into the Tiber River. It's one of history's most grotesque and bizarre power struggles, proof that medieval politics could be just as cutthroat as Game of Thrones. Fact 9. Sliced bread. A late bloomer. They say something is the best thing since sliced bread, but here's the twist. Sliced bread is actually pretty recent. Until 1928, if you wanted a slice of bread, you had to cut it yourself. Then, Otto Rohwedder invented the first commercially successful bread slicing machine, and suddenly, pre-sliced bread became the gold standard of convenience. In fact, when the US briefly banned pre-sliced bread during WU to conserve materials, people revolted. That's how much they had already come to love it. Fact 10. Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire. When you think of Oxford, you probably imagine medieval scholars. But get this, Oxford University was already teaching students before the Aztec Empire even existed. The university dates back to at least 1096 AD, while the Aztec capital, Tenochtitlan, wasn't founded until 1325 AD, over 200 years later. It's a reminder that history is never as linear as we assume. Different civilizations rise and fall at different times, in different places, often with completely separate timelines that make us rethink what ancient really means. And there you have it, 10 bizarre, fascinating, and mind-bending facts that prove history is never as simple as it seems. Which of these surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the unexpected, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me next time for more hidden tales of the past. Thanks for watching.